Alright, took a little break, had a little snack, and I sharpened up the pressure flaker. So I'm going to get back into this. In case you don't know, this is a domed pad. It does have a domed shape to it, it's not flat. In case you don't know. So that's what I have been and will be using throughout the video. It's a domed pad. So if you're using a pad and you're not getting the same result, now you know. This will help prevent breakage. And at this point, breakage is almost inevitable. If you're not paying attention, you will break it. Almost always. Especially with this type of stone. It's heat treated and a mystery stone. I think it's kaolin chert, but who knows? I don't know. I'm not for sure. And yeah, I've been doing this for a while and I'm still not sure. Yeah, because I need more verification than just my own observation, right? Yeah. If I want to be proper about it. What's more important, verification or refutation? Well, you got to use both. The refutation is a little bit stronger than the verification. As long as your counter evidence is good, that's a whole other ball game, a whole other subject. As long as it's good, you only need one debunking piece of evidence to sink that ship. As long as the evidence is good. You know, if you say the oldest human remains in this area of the country is blah 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 old, because we've taken thousands of samples and many thousands are this old and nothing is older, and then someone raises their hand, yeah, but I'm working on a site right now that's got us some remains that are older than yours. I know you got thousands of sites that have remains that are as old as you're saying, but I got one that says they're older. Yeah, but you're just one. That's where they make a mistake. All you need is one. Using the same evidence as the other ones. Same technique. Same people. Same criteria. Everything the same. All you need is one bit of counter evidence to sink that ship. They gotta revise the date. If they don't, they are committing a logical error. Now, does that stop them from doing that? Does that stop them from ignoring the counter evidence? Of course not. Logical errors never stopped anybody, especially if money is on the line. Because logic is considered quaint. Yeah, it's not logical, but look at all this mountain of evidence. You know, we got to go with what's redundant. We got to go with a consensus. We got to go with what we've been quoting. You know, I'm not going to be just throwing all that away, all that work, all that sweat, all that tears for one piece of evidence to the contrary. Yeah, logic doesn't stand up to all this blood, sweat, and tears that we shed. Not going to take down our structure. Yeah, that's how it goes. Anyway, Why do I bring that up? That's one of the things that bugs me about research. In my researches, in my adventures with research, I find these things. And why is this still cluttering up? I'm wasting my time looking through research when these logical errors are cluttering up everything. It's wasting time. It's wasting everybody's time. Holding on to structures that don't stand up to logical scrutiny. It wastes everybody's time, and I'm about to give up. I'm about to say, you know what? It's not it's not productive to be doing research on this stuff. It's better just to be doing it. Yeah. But I reached that stage a while ago. Not just recently, but a while ago. I still recommend to people that read studies and stuff, but just so you can get a firm grasp on the terminology that they're using. You need to know what they're talking about so they're not sneaky. They'll sneak all these concepts into this conversation, and you got to be up on the lingo, or you're gonna go, what? Oh, see, you're not that knowledgeable. You don't even know what blah 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 means. So there, you're not part of the conversation. You don't know what blah 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 means. That's what they're thinking, and they might even mention it amongst each other. Yeah, this guy, he didn't even know what a blah 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 was. Why should we take him seriously? He hasn't even read the literature. Yeah. And they'll have a little chuckle. Yeah, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that we call blah 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 something else. And because it's called something else, we know more of the truth because it's called something else. Yeah. They don't say that, but that's the way it tends to work. People who know the lingo are seen as knowing the facts. If you don't know the lingo, you don't know the facts. You know, a lot of this stuff just makes me say, you know what, I don't know. I don't know. Is it a waste of time? Seems to be a waste of time. Not for some people, because they're actually making money with their time. Can you blame them for that? Well, if they know that that's what they're doing, yeah, it's not logically consistent. It's not really following the rules of logic or science. But yeah, you know, we've been working on this for years. Gotta have something to show for it. If they know that's what they're doing, you know, it's like, I don't know, dudes. If you got no other choice, and you find out that you just don't have any other choice, you know, you spend all that money on your college education, and go, you know what, I can't start over again and invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in not only lost income, but the cost of tuition, just because of logic. Heck with that. Yeah. So there you go. We'll see what happens. Okay, Smarty Pants, so what can people learn from your Flintknapping channel? You're just a channel. You're just a YouTuber. Yeah. It's good. It's good that I'm just a YouTuber. That way you'll challenge what I'm doing. You won't be all like crickets when I say something. You won't be paralyzed by the fear of maybe criticizing someone that knows more than you. As you look at me, he's just a YouTuber, you know. You can criticize him, no big deal. That's the way it should be for everything. But it's good, at least it's for something, you know. At least you're using your noggin in some cases. Even if I have to be the brunt of your criticism. Yeah. It's not like I haven't been criticized. Any of you guys have children. You know, criticism takes on a whole different perspective when you're talking to children. They'll find ways to criticize you. The painful thing is sometimes they're right. Yeah. You're going, this person's 1/3 my age, and he knows that I'm not on the level. That I'm working with bad information. So I'm lazy. I haven't done my research. New developments have happened. Yeah. There's new ways of doing things every once in a while. Gotta be up to speed. Children are good at that. They're good at being up to speed with the latest. And you go, dang. When do I have time to be up on the latest blah blah blah? I said, Dad, you don't have to look things up. You could just ask the question out loud. Just ask the question to the phone. Or set it up so you can just ask the question. You don't gotta be surfing no more. Surfing is for the old timers. Just ask the damn question. Really? Yeah, Dad. Well, who's answering? I mean, I know it's a voice. It's the computer voice answering, but who else? Who else is answering? I don't get to see who answers. I just hear the nice voice. Who's answering? That's what I want to know. I know it's a nice voice. I know you can program it to different accents too. That's pretty cool. We got one that's British. British? Yeah. We got an answering voice that's British. I like it. In our house, that was the favorite. Anyway, who is it though? Who is it? What's it coming from? Oh, it comes from Google, you know, Wikipedia. Yeah, okay, now we're getting somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Wikipedia is good for some things. But it's usually not good for, you know, knowledge. It's good for data, I suppose. If you can get it. I mean, if the Wikipedia is able to get it. A lot of times the data is not available. Or if it is, it's buried in a study somewhere. Buried. And if you understand how to interpret data, you understand that it can be interpreted in different ways. Which ways are they ignoring? I mean, I'm not going to tell you what ways they're ignoring that they could have interpreted the data. Oh no. The nice British voice on the computer is not going to say, the answer is blah blah blah, but I'm using this particular method of interpretation to obtain the answer. I could tell you. No, it's because everybody knows this, Dad. It's like everybody knows. They just give you the answer that everybody knows, except you. Everyone says, yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, because everybody knows it. I mean, it's from everybody. Yeah, I know. It's called consensus. It's not science. All right. All right. Consensus. What are you, some kind of a professor now? Nope. Good thing. It's a good thing because you're going to question what I say. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be for everything. I'm going to say it over again. It should be that way for everything. And for everybody. So what else do we talk about? What else? I don't want to talk about the mistake I just did. I took too much off the edge by pushing in too hard. I got to be very, very careful with this stuff. And am I going by a certain pattern? How do I know this is the right size for a reproduction of a kaolin point? Huh? How do you know? What are you doing? It's going to be real? Is it real? Like the real one? I don't know. I'm just working with the material I have. I'm making doo-doo with what I got. Oh yes. It's one of the keys to flint-knapping. You make do with what you got, or you make doo-doo with what you got. You didn't know? You get a step fracture, you just push on it with a piece of metal. Make doo-doo with what you got. It don't look real. At least it flattens it out so you might be able to remove it. Yeah. Because I like making stuff. When you sit there making stuff, people ask you, did you research that? I mean, it looks like something I've seen in a museum. Actually, I did. I'm glad you asked. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, I think that this needs a little bit of serrations. What do you think? Yeah, I think it does. Because that's what they used to put on these. Many times. Used to put serrations on these. So yeah, you're right. You gonna do it? Probably not. Ah, come on, dude. Put the serrations on there. Make it look badass. I remember when that expression came out. That's how old I am. I said, dang, this is not going right. This is not going good. These generations, I don't know. That happens to everybody. When they get older, they go, these generations aren't doing so good. You know what I mean? Oh. Or should I make a scalorn instead? Because I just wiped that right out. It looks like there was a crack in that. Looks like there was a crack up in here. Maybe, maybe not. I can make it more narrow or make it into a scalorn. Oh goodness. I don't want to make it more narrow. I spent a lot of time and effort on making it wider. Yeah. And some of you might say, I've never seen no scalorn like that, so I might as well make it look like a real one. And some of you go, it doesn't matter as long as it turns out not broken. Yeah. That's what I say too, as long as it's not broken. So what if I break it on purpose? Don't say that, man. Yeah, jinx yourself. Yeah. I've done this so many times that it's hard for me to jinx myself now. This is a habit. A habit of separating what I'm talking about from what I'm doing. In most cases, sometimes it carries over. And I can't help it but mess up because I'm thinking about something I'm not supposed to be thinking about. Talking about something I'm not supposed to talk about. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I'm still trying to decide what to do. So I work on something else. I work on getting rid of some lumps. I see some lumps and some wonkety. Oops, there it is. That's one of them stupid little step fractures. Right there. I don't know. I try to focus. It doesn't look like it's focusing right. Here we go. Let's see if I can pop that out of there now. That's not going to work. The edge is not dull enough to put the kind of pressure I need on there. It's going to make it more narrow. It's okay. It's more narrow for the arrow. Okay? Yeah. Make it more narrow because it's going on an arrow. Why did it release too soon? There. Did I get it? Yeah, it looks like it did. Kinda. Still got a fat spot there. That's good enough. Is it good enough? Everyone's nerves. Everyone has their teeth chattering. Or they're biting their nails. They got their fingers in their mouths biting their nails. This is a nail biter. Because the tip could pop off at any moment. And the more I talk about it, the more the chances go up for it to pop off at any moment. I could hit it with the flaker or bump it with my thumb or stick it in my pant leg and break it off. Stop talking about it, dude. I don't know. I need to sharpen this more. So, was that pass successful? I think it was okay. You know, for the type of thing that I'm doing, I'm just doing it for the video. I'm not really trying to go for ultimate thinness. I think it's alright. Alright, so luckily this mistake is just the right size to start a scalor notch. In my opinion. And if I want to not mess it up, I can't go too crazy here. Okay, all right. Not too crazy. Can't go too fast. And I can't make it too narrow because then it'll just snap in half. But I can make a notch. Oh yes. I try to imitate it on the other side. Those crows have been hanging around lately. I've missed them. They got grackles in Texas. They don't got them big old crows like they do here. Like they do here. The other day, I saw a crow in the street, and I thought he was picking at a carcass of a bird. I said, "What is it? What are you doing, dude? That's your own people." Well, I don't know. It's probably a raccoon, but anyway, I'm just saying. Just saying for conversation's sake. Instead of seeing the buzzards like I used to see on the roadkill in Texas, I see the crows here going after roadkill. Yeah. It's different. It's weird. Yeah, but they're just like other homeless. You know, they're living on the street. Gotta eat something. Dude, the animals aren't homeless. Nature is their home, dude. They're not homeless. It seems like they are. When it gets cold, they get cold. Where's their shelter? When it rains, they get wet. I know what it's like being out in the outside 24/7. Unless you got a shelter, you feel homeless. Their feathers are the shelter, dude. Well, that's just what they have on the outside of their bodies. That's it. Like fur, I guess. You won't consider that a shelter. So they're homeless. Got to build a shelter for them wild creatures. Yeah, going off the deep end again. Why are you even getting into a subject like that? Oh, I feel sorry for them. They're obviously doing all right if they can congregate and make noise. They must have got food today, or else they'd be still looking for food and stuff. Not hanging around here and making a bunch of racket. What have they been up to all day? And why did they choose that tree next to our house? They hear you clicking the flint. They hear you clicking the flint. So they're coming around to see what you got. Maybe it's food. No, I think that they do this every year, this time of year. Claiming territory, I guess. Because they get all excited, agitated. You got nothing better to do but listen to those birds. You can tell that they're not happy about something. Or maybe they're really happy about something. Who knows? Either way, making a bunch of racket. So what am I doing here? I'm just trying to make it look cosmetically better. I don't know if I want to go much deeper with the notches, although they're not symmetrical. I'm worried about the step fracture here. I guess I could pick at it, but if I pick at it with some strength, you know what happens? Something else could go wrong somewhere, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Try to force that step fracture by pushing on the front. Yeah. If I try to notch through that, it might work. But it's one of those things where you have to apply a lot of pressure. And the only way I would be able to do that is off camera, because on camera I'm not paying attention as much as I would off camera. And I'm out of time. So there you go. I might dress it up off camera if I have time. I'm trying to make a lot of points for this particular auction coming up. If I have time, I'll deepen the notches. I still got room. I still got room for serrations too. A little bit of room there. I can sharpen up my spatula tool, because right now I think it's a little bit worn down. It's a little bit worn. It's got chips and not chips, but little abrasions and bumps and stuff. And then if I sharpen it, I might be able to push on that, on the front of that step fracture a little bit better. Pop that out of there and then continue with the notching. It looks like it should work, but I already tried pushing up against that. If I push too hard, it'll snap a lot of it off. You know, I'll lose some of the base, some of the ear. You know, if that step fracture goes too far, something bad will happen. But it's possible I could pick at it and get it. Alright, well that's it for this one. Hope that was okay.